Hello. They can't see you dabbing.
They can feel it.
Only you fucking can feel it.
I feel threatened now.
As
Anyway.
a threat.
Anyway, today we are back after another fat month of not uploading.
Because things happen. Many things.
We've had the worst weekend, and by worst I mean
best.
best.
Best weekend. It's been a weekend.
It existed, is the point.
A lot of things happened, and by a lot of things I mean two, but that's more than usual.
And we're gonna have two podcasts about the two big things that happened.
So hopefully that makes up for our silence.
Yes.
I promise we will get back to doing this regularly.
Hopefully, yeah. My toe looks so weird. Why'd you make me put nail polish? I'm just looking at it, and for a second I was like, hey, it's a functioning toe, and then I moved it and I was like, no, it's not. Anyway, I'm not explaining that at all. To get to the point, Neotheater dropped on Friday. Same day as Avengers Endgame came out. Guess what our other podcast this week's gonna be out?
It's gonna be a thick 3 hours long.
It's gonna be
the movie.
It's gonna be a thick 3 hours, and half of it's just gonna be us crying. You're peaking the audio. Turn down the sensitivity of the microphone.
I'm sorry.
Absolute buffoonery.
Anyway, we can't talk about Endgame. We don't want to spoil Endgame.
We're not spoiling it.
There was absolutely no reason as to listen, it's fine.
We just feel many things.
I almost cried about this, so
I did cry. No, I didn't. My eyes teared up, though. Anyway,
I came
Neotheater.
close. This is
AJR's.
too low, I think.
Oh my god. I will literally end you on the spot.
I just want them to be able to hear us.
Okay, anyway, Neotheater by AJR.
Yes.
If you haven't heard of AJR, they are, I guess, technically an indie pop band, an indie alt pop band.
That
but doesn't describe them adequately. They are the weirdest band that we listen to, and that is a high bar to cross.
Yeah, we're not listening to super normal bands. I mean, a lot of people listen.
Blood.
A lot of
Gallons
people do,
of
it's not we're ooh, we only listen to really obscure bands. We listen to popular bands, but they're
they're just weird.
They're just weird, they do weird shit. And AJR is by quite a significant margin the strangest.
They have a song that has SpongeBob sound bites in it. They, invented a new, method of making music called speak step. Spoke step. Yeah, spoke step. And they put yodeling in one of their songs and somehow pulled it off, and it's a really good song.
They somehow pull off anything. They could, they pulled off SpongeBob, they pulled off yodeling, they pulled off a gremlin voice in this, in this album. They can pull off anything. They're great. They're amazing. You should all listen to them. Anyway, they
pulled off a song that literally has no music in it. It's just vocals.
Oh yeah, they did that too.
There's no instruments. It's just vocals. Not even an acapella thing. It's just one guy singing.
Yeah, it's not acapella. All the instruments are just actually voices. No, it's just it's you took a regular song and just cut out all the instruments.
It's just Ryan sing. It's just basically isolated vocals for the whole song.
It's not isolated because there was never anything else.
Basically, they do weird shit. You should definitely listen to them. They're a slapping band, and they just released their third album. That's right? They have some EPs, but they only have 3 albums.
They only have three albums.
Yeah. So, once again, they've proved to have scanned my brain in my sleep.
How do you know all these feelings that I feel but never talk to anyone about?
It's weird.
How do you know how I feel all the time?
Most of the bands we listen to, we don't really, relate
Maybe to
to
like
their music.
a song once in a while, or like a
Yeah.
line here or there.
But
not like full on. This song is my brain.
It's like a lot of the bands we listen to are like pretty emo and, you know, like deal a lot with like mental health problems, and we're lucky enough to not have like depression or anything. So like we appreciate their music very deeply, but we're not like, wow, that's me. We're not like that Vine that's just like, haha, I do that. But with AJR, that's basically how they just always are so good at capturing how I feel at the time when either I find music by them or they release music, and it's very weird.
It is weird. Anyway, you wanna like talk about the album overall first, or you wanna go song by song?
Whichever one you want to do.
That doesn't help me.
Let's just go for the whole album and then jump in.
Yeah.
So, usually in their last two albums, the first song in the album was an overture, which, if you don't know what an overture is, it's a thing that's in, like, musicals, usually, where, like, they basically have a song that's a combination of all the other songs.
Like a mashup.
Like a mashup of all the other songs in the soundtrack, and they did that with their albums, which is
the
weird.
coolest thing
It's
ever.
the coolest shit, honestly. Like, no one else does that. And it always slaps really, really hardcore, love it. But they didn't do that for this album, and instead what they did was they put bits and pieces of other songs into every song. So every song has bits and pieces from other songs in it, effectively making the whole thing kind of like an overture in a weird way. So, like, go off, I guess. And that can range from being very obvious to being very subtle. I don't think we found all of them.
Oh, no.
No, but we found a couple.
So, like, first that I listed was, it's not the first that I noticed, but it's the first that I have listed.
Mm-hmm.
Is the same line as, probably the same sound line, everything is going great. Mm-hmm. They, like, took the soundbite of them saying that in Birthday Party and just stuck it into Break My Face during the bridge.
This also isn't the first time they've done some shit like this, because we have, like, it's almost like a running joke that we have when we listen to AJR, because they have this one.
Use that sound effect in this album.
Not at least that I heard. They have this sound bite of Jack going, "Go!" And they put it in, like, everything. It's in, like, every song, but I didn't hear it in this album. But they put it in, like, every other song they've ever made. That's an exaggeration, but they use it a lot. It's the exact same
like, anything
sound,
from,
right?
like, the Click era. Mm-hmm. And just put it on shuffle and take a shot every time you hear that sound effect.
Because they do it a lot.
You'll die.
Yeah. But yeah, they had, like, Everything is Going Great from Birthday Party in, what song was it? It was
Break My Face.
Break My Face. They also put a little bit of the melody from 100 Bad Days in Karma, which I liked.
That's amazing. Yeah, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I wrote more about those things that I noticed in, like, the bits that I have for every song, but those are the ones I have written down.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. And
in
then,
Entertainment's here, and Wow, I'm Not Crazy.
And this isn't, like, I don't know if this technically counts or not. I'm gonna count it, but in the first and last song, it starts out with "Welcome to the Neotheater."
It doesn't start out with.
Well, no, but in the first song, it says, "Welcome to the Neotheater, won't everybody take their seats?" And in the last song, it says, "Welcome to the Neotheater, we can't wait to see what you do next."
Yeah, and then also in Beats and Finale, they say "bit of success" at some point.
They do.
Like, they, like, one line was, like, in Beats, it was, like, it's so weird to have a bit of success, and then, like, in Finale, it's, like, congratulations on your bit of success.
We're not the best singers,
No.
but, you know, we feel it. We feel it in our soul.
anyway,
I also really love... Wait, you can go first.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. I also really love how The Click, which was their last album, was, like, a lot of it, not all of it, but, like, one of the big overarching themes was, like, wanting to make it as musicians. And, like, you know, like, kind of being, like, I'm not famous, which is cool, but also I kind of want to be famous, and, like, you know, stuff like that. And
well,
then,
actually, they did kind of have a whole song about how it's, like, great to not be famous.
But they also had a whole song about how they really wanted to, like, you know, be successful.
True. What song was that?
The Good Part.
Oh, yeah.
Was pretty much basically all about that. But anyway, and then after that album came out, that's when people really started to, like, know who they were. And, like, they started to, like, really pick up traction. And now this album is about, like, having made it, but, like, in, like, this weird way where they're like, I'm not really sure how long this gig we got going on's gonna last. And they have that, like, weird thing which we're kind of familiar with because, you know, we have a YouTube channel that's got, like, almost 12,000 subscribers, and for most people, they're like, wow, that's so many, and, like, someone on our Discord is just like, you, like, everyone always comes on when you're online, because you guys are, like, famous, and we're like, no, no, we're fucking not, we don't know what's happening, we not
don't know
good
how
at
we
things.
got here.
So, like, that's kind of what AJR is like. It's, like, that strange kind of, like,
when did this happen?
Like, that kind of, like, when did this happen, and also kind of, like, I guess you could say that we've made it, but it doesn't feel like it, like a weird, like, outsider perspective on suddenly, instead of being just a fan of music, people are fans of their music, and they're like, that's
like,
whack.
At some point, like, you're not, like, famous or anything yet, but you have crossed the line between being, like, a fan of something, so then, like, you kind of, like, making it, but, like, you still mostly consider, like, oh, you're a fan of it. And to being, like, you have fans now, and you're like, who are you? Where
it's
did
like,
you come from?
You know, they're obviously not, like, Taylor Swift or some shit. You know, they're not selling out huge, like, football stadiums, but, like, they're selling out venues, so they've crossed from that line from being a fan of something to being a creator of something that people give a shit about, and they're like, calm down.
Slow it down.
They're like, hold the fuck up. So I like that a lot, because it kind of, like, shows that transition, and then also how they, like, just haven't changed as people, so they still think they're, like, just as big of fucking nerds, but suddenly they can sell out venues, and they're like, yo, what?
They're very down to earth.
Very down to earth.
I really like that about them. But, another thing is that it almost felt like a concept album when you listen to it, like, in order, but it's not. It just feels.
I feel like The Click was also like that as well. Like,
It was like almost a concept album.
It's like, they're not technically a concept album, but they have such, like, prevalent, overarching themes that's definitely, like, that is an album. Like, there are some other bands we like where a couple of songs on, where, like, the albums have that sound, and they sound like an album, but there are a couple of songs where you could be like, that could be on that other album, but it's like, this is, like, curated. It's like, this is an album, listen to it in
felt
this
like
order.
the soundtrack to a musical.
Yeah.
Which is part of just because, like, all the violins and strings and brass and stuff probably made it feel kind of like that. Very, like, orchestral.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's like you said, there's so much, like, you could probably pretty easily make, like, a jukebox musical out of it. Like, probably in this order.
Yeah. It's like, basically, we haven't, you know, gotten to this, to, like, the part where we're just listening to our music on shuffle and these songs will come up, because we've just been, like, listening to this album on loop and not anything else. So
Been
that's
like
fun.
4 days.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like it'll be weird to just be chillin' and then have one of these songs just, like, right in the middle of it. It feels like you got to just listen to this album as its own entity. Because the songs, like, fits together so well.
I'm gonna do that, though. Like, they're just gonna randomly come up on shuffle.
Yeah, they are. But, like, it'll be weird at first.
Yeah. I also really like the trailer, like the album trailer thing they made.
Yes.
That was cool.
That also hardcore slaps. It's got no music. It's got, like, music in it, but, like, not... It's just cool.
It can't slap.
Shut up. It can
But
slap
that
if I
is really
say
cool.
it
It made
slaps.
me very excited.
Yes. So anyway, now we're gonna go through all the songs in order.
How
You know
long
the
have
drill.
we been talking? 15 minutes. Cool.
You know the drill. There's like 12 songs on this album, I think.
12, yes,
Thick.
and they only released like 3 of them beforehand, which is like...
We were so unprepared. I
It's
remember
like-
we were listening to it for the first time. And then, like, before the album was even, like, halfway over, I was like, I can't fucking handle this. I literally looked at you and was like, I can't fucking handle this.
Because it's like,
there's
it's
just
become
so
pretty
much.
normal to just release like half of an album as singles before you like release the whole thing, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that, but it was just sort of like, holy shit, there's so many.
Yeah, they'd only released like a fourth of the album beforehand. So there was just this whole thick, like, 30 minutes of content that we had not heard before, and we were like, who's it? Like, there was, like, a couple new songs, and then a couple songs we'd heard, and then there was just, like, 8 songs in a row that we, like, knew, and we were like, ah, God!
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna perish.
It's great. But anyway, the first song is called Next Up Forever. Great opening song, by the way.
Perfect opening song.
I really liked the choir in the beginning.
They just...
Felt very sentimental, inspirational.
Yee.
And then there's just this slam and bass drop.
I know, it's like, I almost cried literally 30 seconds into the album because they just, like, there's, like, choir section that's, like, really nice and cool and sweet, and then they just, so then there's just, like, this big build-up with, like, a drum, and, like, a bass drum and, like, a bass, and there's just a bunch of these really energetic violins come in, and I was like, oh, fuck.
It's just so slapping. The strings, the spoke step, the drama of it all. This poetic cinema.
It's a really beautiful song, too. Like, it sounds so pretty. The lyrics are so great. And also, I almost cried, like, again when they were like, welcome to the Neotheater. That's
Don't everybody take their seats.
that,
I love it.
like, something about that was just like, oof.
Like, they did the thing.
Yeah.
They did the thing and I'm dead on the floor.
They said the thing.
Yeah, I really like the line, I want to be next up forever, so the best is always yet to come. Relatable content.
Yes. It's like this song was one where they were like, scared you, brain real quick. Most, for the most.
Yeah, it's about not wanting to reach your peak and kind of always wanting to have something better to look forward to. And, that can be a good thing because, it can stir you to have more new experiences, but it can also lead to a lot of disappointment if, say, like, your winter break isn't as good as last year's winter break, and you were like, like, you just want everything to be better than the next thing, and that doesn't always happen.
Yeah, but it's relatable content.
I love it. It's a great song. Very beautiful. Very slapping. But I will put the words slap and beautiful in, like, the same sentence.
Perfect.
So next up is Birthday Party.
It's one they already released.
Sounds like a fucking movie you watch as a kid and then think is a fever dream for the rest of your life.
Yeah. They have a really cool gremlin voice pre-chorus, which if you're like, what the fuck does that mean? You're gonna have to listen to it, because I honestly can't give you a better explanation. explanation.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. In the pre-chorus with the gremlin in the background, you can just hear.
You can just hear Jack go,
going,
wow. Just like kind of upbeat, but not really. Like, just kind of like, wow.
Like a very sarcastic sounding wow.
And it's like so good. I love that post so much.
I love it. It's like every time I hear the song, right, I just have to get wow.
I had very specific thoughts listening to this song. Specifically, it reminded me of, God, what's it called? Fuck.
Fraggle
Rock. Fraggle Rock.
Weird ass.
Is this like a Muppets movie?
You made me look up.
It's this like a Muppets movie, and all I can remember from it was these like weird little gremlin creatures in this cave that's really sparkly, and they have these like weird like train tracks or like scaffolding. It might have been scaffolding because they were like construction workers that looks like it's made out of this like crystalline material. And that movie I thought was like, it had this like I thought it was a fever dream for a really long time because I just only remembered these really specific things about it, and I had also had a dream about it, and I thought it was just that dream basically. I thought my brain just came up with that. And it has this just very dream-like quality to it. And I listened to this song, and my brain was just like Fraggle Rock, but not like.
It sounds like claymation.
It sounds like claymation or a movie where all the characters are puppets, which is a weird. I know it's weird to just say that, to just say this song sounds like claymation, but listen
like
to it, it does.
Genre, but it does.
It does. It just sounds.
It sounds like the little dolls of them on the cover would be in the movie.
Yeah,
it sounds like that kind of movie.
It's such a weird way to describe it, but it's the best way that I can describe it.
Love the sarcasm.
Very
I really love
legendary sarcasm.
I love the really like sarcastic songs, I guess, because like you don't see sarcasm in music very often. Mm-hmm. But this is definitely one of them. It's very sarcastic.
It really came for everyone, and it didn't have to, but it did.
Yeah, it came after America.
Basically.
It came after just life in general.
Literally one of the lines is, it's basically about, they frame it like, I've just been born. Which is why the main line is, welcome to my birthday party. I'm 1 minute old today and everything is going great. And it's just kind of like naivety. So that's like, all of the verses are just like, wow, I bet this is gonna happen. Life's gonna be so fun and easy. One of the lines is literally, I bet my country is nice to immigrants and that's just how it is. Really, they didn't have to do us that dirty, but they did, and we deserve it.
We didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're right.
We didn't do jack shit.
Okay, but like...
They came for our country, and their own country, very hard. And I support it, because I also hate this.
The bridge is slightly ominous, which I like really like.
Yeah, very weird bridge. Really like it. Just like slows down, completely different from.
There's just this weird voice. Everything is fine. And we're not just doing that to compensate for our bad singing voices. That's legit what it sounds like.
It sounds a little better than that.
Everything is
It sounds a little better than that.
And I really like this one part of it because they go, you got your good things and I've got, and then they just go back to heaven. So it's like, you've got your good things and I've got heaven.
Okay.
Like that. Don't know why. I just like it when things like that, when like verses like that kind of line up. Like Gerard did it in Hesitant Alien at one point. Millions, I think. It was like, God, how did it go? It was like, fuck. Hold on, let me look up the lyrics for that right now.
Would you like to continue?
Yes. Just keep going. Just keep talking. I'll find it.
I'm done with birthday party.
Okay, then hold on a second. It goes like, you believe in love, I believe in faith. They'll believe in anything you make up. It's like, it goes like the last.
That's
it goes
just
like,
the lyric. That's
no,
just
but
the lyric.
it goes like, they'll believe in anything, and then the next line starts and it goes, you make up villains, a trillion legions of the damned. But the way he sings it makes it sound like they'll believe in anything you make up.
Okay.
And I just like it when songs connect like that. I just enjoy it.
Alright, cool. Anyway, it's a bop.
Anyway, it slaps hardcore.
Very weird.
I really
song.
like,
It's a bop, though.
like, at the very end, they just hit a snare drum once. At, like, the very end, and, like, they didn't do it before that, because, like, they kind of, like, slowed down. They had the drum going, but they weren't hitting a snare drum. Then they just hit it once, and the song ends, and I enjoy that.
Didn't notice that. That's great. So then next is 100 Bad Days, which is the first one they released.
Inspiring as all fuck.
It's such a nice message, at least I think so. Apparently, like, some people don't like the look at the bright side kind of thing, because I guess they just kind of want to
wallow in self-pity.
I guess. And, you know, sometimes you just feel that way. Or sometimes you're still mad about something.
And I mean, there are obviously some situations where there is no bright side, and it just sucks.
But, like, if
a lot of times...
if you can find one, then, like, well, take it, you know?
Yeah. It makes me a little sad for some reason, but it mostly makes me happy. I think the main reason it makes me sad is because that one part in the beginning where he was just like, I wrote a song that no one knows, and I played a song and no one showed. That it just makes me so sad. I'm like,
people are showing now.
I know, but there's just something about when someone, like, puts themselves out there like that and then nobody shows up, where I'm just like, that's just the worst. That just makes me so sad. But... yeah, they had a little bit of choir in it that I liked. It's very catchy, very
That's
fun
another
to sing
thing that
to.
made it seem very, like, musical-ish. They had a lot of, like, choir parts with, like, a bunch of different people singing, which they did occasionally in their last one, but didn't feel so
theatrical.
Choir. It didn't feel so theatrical. They, like, layered it and it kind of sounded like maybe, like, a couple people singing, but it was actually, like, 25.
But yeah, it was good. Enjoy that. The beat drops in this song are also stellar.
Yes.
I like the bridge a lot because there's not really, like, singing in it. It's just got this weird, like, sound like someone, like, drumming on glass, and there's this weird, like, bubbly noise in the background, and then the beat of the glass just turns into just banging trumpet, and it's just great.
It's a bop. Very strong bop.
I very much enjoy it.
Very, like, it's pretty, like, even though it's called 100 Bad Days, it's honestly pretty, like, upbeat, uplifting song.
It's very slapping.
Like, it's an actually pretty cheerful song for the most part.
Well, yeah, because the main line is 100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories made me interesting at parties. Yeah. I ain't scared of you.
No. Yeah, it's a pretty uplifting, like, upbeat. It's like it's a happy song. It's happy.
I like it a lot.
And not, like, sarcastically, like some of the other songs on the sound. Like, it's actually, like...
it's actually just uplifting.
It's just happy.
And then, just to, like, bring you down from that song, they've got Don't Throw Out My Legos afterwards.
That makes me so emo!
It sounds like... it's a weird song title, but it's one of those song titles where without having listening to it, you're like, this one is gonna make you sad. It's very emo.
Well, it's not like the genre.
Yeah, it makes me feel very emo. I really like how in the beginning there's, like, strings and kind of, like, a very modern beat, but the strings have that kind of crackly, like, vintage radio sound to them.
Do they?
Yeah.
I
And I enjoy that a lot.
I really like the intro. It was very, like, AJR-ish intro.
Yeah.
Where it's, like, kind of like some normal instrument, and then, like, they're just like, let's just chop it up.
Yeehaw. That's how they do.
That's the thing. They're very good at production. That's, like, the whole thing.
The build-up in the song is really good. The verses are pretty upbeat. Oh my fucking god. Fuck off. I am being harassed.
Okay,
Literally for the past, like
scammers.
For the past, 2.5 hours, I have been getting non-stop calls and texts from, scammers because I got in a car accident a couple weeks ago, and I guess the police report just came out because they're all like, we will fight. They're all lawyers who are like, we'll fight for your injury even though I didn't have an injury. And they'll be like, you are entitled to financial compensation. Come into a chiropractor's office and get a lump sum of compensation after your treatment. And I'm like, literally, I will murder you. Leave me alone.
Fuck off, Paul.
Fuck off, Paul. Fuck off, Houston. I don't want to go to your fucking chiropractors.
University of Pain.
Literally said this is Houston from University Pain. And then us. It's a different number! And, literally a couple of days ago, I also got a voicemail from. It happened, right outside my college. And they literally put the name of my college in the voice. It said that it was the accident center for my college. And my mom looked up the number and it's a chiropractor's office. That a lot of people were like, yeah, they just kind of scam you by if you answer, they just start signing you up for appointments even if you don't want them to. And then they just bill your insurance. And it's real busted. So that's what's been happening with me. That's unrelated to.
Anyway, I don't know why this song hits me so hard. I'm not moving out anytime soon, which is what this song is about. If you haven't listened to the album and you're listening to this, I guess to see if you might like it. I don't know. I'm sure you probably are very confused by the title.
But it's about basically moving out of your parents' house and truly living on your own for the first time.
The band is 21, which still is fucks me up.
And then basically being don't throw out my stuff because I want to keep it because I find comfort in these things. And I don't...
And because I'm not sure if this is how long I'm going to be able to,
afford this. And it's basically,
this.
One of the lines is, I want to move out, but I don't want to move on.
Yeah.
And basically that sums up the whole song.
And it's a really emotional song, and I love it.
Yeah. It's good.
I really this is something they do, generally, but this is a good example of it. They make, it's hard to explain it, but they make, really, they use a lot of really, down-to-earth metaphors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They take stuff that's usually wouldn't be considered, very poetic. Most of the time if you're looking for a metaphor, there's, there's, a certain type of thing that you choose, flowers and rain and beautiful things like that. And then they're just what should we use as a metaphor? Legos.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
It makes the music feel very down to earth, which I really like.
They take very not poetic things and make them more poetic. And they make metaphors that are very, relatable, average things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the bridge. It has, this huge build-up thing. I really
got the drum going.
I really like... One thing that, for some reason, works really well for emotional songs, at least in my opinion, is when you have, that big, kick drum, thing going. Mm-hmm. Just a steady kick drum beat. I don't know why. Especially if you,
because
find
it
something.
lines up with your heartbeat, and
Yeah,
you
it's like-
feel it. You feel it.
Tick drum beating in my chest again.
Yeet.
You just feel it. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the line. My Christmas card looks like a mug shot, because that's great.
I love
It's
that.
kind of like depressing, but kind of funny.
They're good at that too, being like slightly comedic, but also like sad. And then to pick you up from that, they got Break My Face.
Strong
slaps.
bop.
The bass in the beginning that then gets joined by trumpet.
Yeah, and then like
Mastery.
the piano, like the really upbeat,
Yes.
like staccato
We
piano.
Stan. And then, you know, just this is the greatest self-love song ever written. Change my mind.
It's very weird, especially like lyrically. Like usually they're kind of like most of their weirdness lies in the way they sound, but like just. But now you'll never drown. You can't. You got no mouth is an actual line in this song.
Yeah.
Which is, I love it. I love it so much.
One of the lines is, "What doesn't kill you makes you ugly," which is very iconic. I love it. I love the alternative music thing of just taking common sayings and just like subverting the shit out of it.
They do it twice in this song.
Yeah. Like Fall Out Boy does it in Coffees for Closers, which I wrote it as Coffees in Closers, which is not right.
But in this song they do it twice, you know. What doesn't kill you makes you ugly, and life gives you lemons, at least it gave you something.
Yeah. Dig that a lot. It's like the verses are so weird, and like I feel like
I feel them. I understand them.
yeah, it's like I understand them, but also I like cannot explain what like I get what the song is about, but if you told me to explain the line, "You run your mouth, your tongue fell out, it's right there on the ground," and like what that has to do with the meaning of the song, I'd be like, I don't know, but like I just get it, you know?
I get it in my soul. But
my
not
soul
in my
understands,
brain.
but my brain does not. And then we mentioned this earlier, but they have like "Everything is Going Great" from Birthday Party in it, which is good.
It fits really well. I didn't even
do.
notice it.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's one of my favorites on the album. Which
I
could
wanna
have been
make-
said about many of them, but
I want to make like a sticker that says "Life gives you lemons, at least it gave you something." That's like the optimistic nihilism that I'm about, son.
But like the whole song is just cool. It's kind of just a pretty like uplifting song about how sometimes some things don't really matter.
Yeah.
But in like a good way. Like, you know, the main line is like, if I break my face and I don't look so great, my face is just my face.
That's why it's the best self-love song, because it's not like, "You're beautiful no matter what they say." It's like, I could be one ugly-ass motherfucker.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because it's just a face.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
It's pretty great.
I could be, like, instead of like, "You're beautiful," just, I could be hideous and it wouldn't fucking matter.
It's got that, like, Hunchback of Notre Dame type of self-love. You know?
Like, yeah, you're kind of a fucking gremlin, but who cares?
You're kind of a gremlin, but you're cool. You know?
So who cares?
I'm here for gremlin self-love. And you can quote me on that. Anyway, moving on.
Moving right along.
Next up is Turning Out Part 2.
Which, okay, so
I cannot believe they straight up named it that. The
Okay.
Mad Lads.
So if you don't know, sometimes in like some bandoms, like it's kind of a a joke, like, haha, this song, Part 2. Like, if you're in the Panic at the Disco fandom, you might have noticed some people saying, Dying in LA is Northern Downpour, Part 2. Or like, hey, you should write this song, Part 2.
Like, Crank That Frank does it a lot, like, where he did a video with Austin, he was, Austin from Water Parks, and was like, hey, you should write Tantrum Part 2, and he fucking did it the Mad Lad anyway.
It's not named Tantrum Part 2. Because I don't think anyone would actually fucking do that, AJ.
They made a follow-up to their song from the last album, which is called Turning Out, and instead of just making it explicit in the song what it's about, which they did, they also called it Turning Out Part 2.
They really did it, and everyone was like, fuck, that song's gonna make me cry. Because, like, Turning Out was, like, the song that makes you cry on the last album. And yes. Guess what?
It makes me very emo, but probably not as emo as Turning Out does.
It didn't hit quite as close to home as Turning Out did.
I don't relate to Part 2 as much as I do to just Turning Out, but, like, it still makes me emo as hell. Sad piano ballad with strings in it at one point connects very well to Turning Out, obviously.
It's a really good song,
yeah,
though. It's really pretty.
It's very good. Turning Out is basically all about, like, feeling that this person is different. Like, this feeling that you feel towards this specific person is different than how you felt to other people before them, but you're not sure about if it's love. And then, it's also about, like, not wanting to grow up or have this person that's special to you grow up without you.
And it's also, it's just about, like, figuring yourself out and your life out.
Figuring your life out, figuring out your feelings and stuff like that. And then Turning Out Part 2 is about, basically, that person did grow up without him. And that as much as it pains him to say it, even though he felt like this person was so much different than everybody else and still feels like that to an extent, he wasn't in love with them. And it's very sad.
I haven't, like, listened to them, like, back to back yet, but I probably will. And I'll probably cry.
Mm-hmm. There's this one line that's everyone's mean except you, which really got me in the feels, and it's, just, like, basically feeling kind of like a bad person because
you were wrong.
You were wrong about how you felt about this person that you thought was just so special. It was very sad.
Anyway,
the last line of the song, which really just even if they didn't call this song Turning Out Part 2, and you didn't get that it was basically Turning Out Part 2, you would get it with the last line of the song, because is this all that life's about? Trying to love how you turn out. I don't love it much at all. So basically, fuck you guys. Thanks for making me sad.
Really, this is one thing I did notice, forgot to mention. It's a little bit more depressing, this album, than some of the other albums were. Which, like, I don't think I noticed it as much as some other people did, because I'm kind of used to listening to kind of depressing music, so it didn't, like, faze me quite as much. But there were some people on, like, Tumblr who were like, hey, AJ's new album is, like, great and everything, but hey, what the fuck?
Insert, fucking, that one dude. What's his name? I'm completely blanking on it. The unraveled guy.
Brian David Gill.
Yeah, Brian David Gill, where he's like, hey, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck?
I think there were some people who were kind of like, yeah, what the... They were basically like that, and I was like, oh yeah. You guys listen to, like, more upbeat music.
We've been preparing for that.
We were prepared for that.
And then, just to kind of, like, bring you back up from that song is the next song, which is the Entertainment's here.
Also, Turning Out Part 2 is also, like, Ryan's solo song. which I like.
Yeah.
Why did they give him, like, the sad ones?
Yeah.
Like, on the click, they were like, he sang Call My Dad, which was, like...
And Netflix Trip.
And he sang part of Netflix, too.
He sang the verses.
Jack sang the chorus. Why does
But, like, they just
get anymore?
I don't know, he just doesn't want to.
He's good.
He is good, but maybe he just doesn't want to.
Perhaps
they
not.
keep giving Ryan the sad
I mean, he
songs.
still does backup vocals.
Yeah, they keep like, hey Ryan, you want to sing this whole song? You want to sing like the entirety of this song on the album? Oh yeah, sure. Which one? The sad one.
Sing the sad one.
I guess your voice is just more emo than mine, so you sing.
You sing this no Jack song Toning Out, and that Whitney song Don't Throw Out My Legos on this one. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ryan just wants to.
They just give him all the like the ballads.
Yeah. Anyway, The Entertainment's Here is one of my favorite songs on the album, even though I can't pick a favorite. For some reason, I just heard this one and was like, yes, that one.
This is another kind of sarcastic sounding one to me.
Yeah, it does definitely have that sarcasm.
I don't know why you said it, this just to bring you up from that. It's kind of a depressing song.
Yeah, but like... It sounds way happier.
It just doesn't sound.
It's just so catchy, you know, that it just makes you feel
I love
happier.
the trumpet part in the chorus.
Me too. This is another song that sounds like a musical. I really like the line that's like at the end of the chorus where it's like, sit back, man, relax, man, sit back, man, come under. And it's like, yeah, I like that for some reason. It's very good. The brass is slapping, very catchy, very fun to sing along to.
True. It is a bop.
Yes.
Kind of depressing, but it's a bop. I like how in the verses, like, they make the vocals, like, deeper, you know, like, clearly, like, artificially, like, when, the lyrics get sadder. Very good at emphasizing emotion. They're really good at production. I've mentioned that, I've said that before, but they're
very good at production.
They know what they're fucking doing with their production.
You know, a lot of people in the alt music scene are like, you know, the kind of people that are like, Fall Out Boy used a synthesizer, they're sellouts, and like they're very against putting production in songs, and they just want everything to just be very like, just like no production, just straight out of the, just make it how it sounds with the instruments, which is, you know,
good.
That's good, obviously.
I like,
you know,
music
that
like
proves that you have a lot of skill with your instruments, but I think AJR is a prime example of also proving that production takes skill.
Yeah, you can
you can make a heavily produced song that proves that you put so much effort and talent and skill into it.
Production kind of has like the connotation of like being like a thing, like a lazy thing to get out of like doing more work with like the actual instruments, but like AJO proves like, you know, it can be that, but AJO proves that it can also be like something like an art and something that takes a lot of effort and thought and creativity and just as much talent as just straight up playing an instrument does.
Yeah, like a lot of people will look at more mainstream music and then give production this connotation of being like a cop-out when you're not good at playing instruments or singing. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes you listen to somebody and you're like, they're not good at this.
Especially because, like, I feel like it's a little more justified when you remember that also most artists don't do their own production.
Yeah.
But, like, AJ is an indie band. They produce everything themselves.
They do everything themselves, and they prove that using production doesn't make you lazy or unskilled. It's how you basically, somebody can be lazy whether they use production or not. Production isn't what makes you lazy. It's your laziness that makes you lazy. Production can be used to make this just thing that you can't just do with instruments on your own. It's just using a different kind of medium to enhance your music, and you can do it really well.
I love them.
Yes.
They're great. They're wonderful.
Yes. But anyway,
What makes them
entertainment's
very
here.
unique.
Very good.
Yes.
Very danceable.
It is.
Has like we said before, it's got the yep thing that's in Wow, I'm Not Crazy. And as I was writing this, I connected the dots.
Did you?
No. I didn't connect shit. But I was just thinking, it's kind of like a weird upbeat version of car radio.
Oh,
Not
God.
how they sound, but they're both saying the same thing. Because both songs are about always looking for something to distract yourself from your thoughts. It's just that car radio is really sad sounding, and it's just my car radio got stolen, so now I can't listen to music, so now I'm gonna drive my car off the road. But this song is about basically the entertainment's here. I don't have to think about things anymore. One of the lines is literally I used to be distracted rolling around in the dirt, but lately I've been thinking about my purpose on Earth, and I don't want to think about my purpose no more.
I've been thinking that too much thinking can start me sinking down.
It's literally just an upbeat version of car radio.
Oh my God,
literally,
it is.
It's just it's
It
about
is.
being I need something new to
They're
experience.
about the same thing.
I need something to distract me because my brain is mean.
It is.
I've connected the dots.
You should have.
Glitch is gonna be she's gonna wake up in a cold sweat about that later. I feel like they should do a collab.
They should. They'd work good together.
They both have that thing of sad songs that are disguised as upbeat songs, and they
Except
both
that AJR
use...
actually sometimes does have actual happy songs.
Yeah. And they also
We're talking about
both...
21 Pilots,
Yeah.
by the way, if you don't know what car radio
And you
is.
don't know who wrote Car Radio.
You've never
Which you
heard
probably...
of that song before. Well, a lot of people actually probably don't. But
It's one of their most popular songs, though, so it's a safe bet to say that probably heard of them.
if you've
maybe not,
heard
and
more
you
than
haven't.
one 21 Pilots song, you've probably heard car radio.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
But-
if you've heard more than 3 21 Pilots songs,
But yeah, they've
probably
got
heard car
that...
radio.
And they also use more production than the other bands we like as well.
Yeah.
So,
They're a
I
little
think...
more electro.
Yeah, I think they would blend very well.
I mean,
AJR, if you're watching this.
I mean, we've heard that AJ did a remix of "Stressed Out." That's
Yeah.
good.
They could
They
do
used
it.
that goddamn go sound effect.
They did a remix of someone else's song and put the go sound effect in it. Absolute monstrosity. It's great. Buffoonery. Anyway, so after that is Karma.
This one causes me pain.
Makes
But I
you
love
very
it.
emo.
I love it.
Again, has choir in it, which is slapping.
They have that sounds like they're just hitting tin cans and glass jars and shit thing again.
Yeah, there's
which
this,
knowing them
weird-
is probably what they did do.
Yeah. There's this weird, beat in between the chorus and the verses that I really, really like, but I can't really describe it, but just
Cool,
know
have
that
no
I
idea
like
what
it.
you're talking about.
You'll just have to listen to it. Because it's good.
But yeah, I would because the one thing about AJO is another thing is that it seems like they use a lot of synthesizer and but they actually don't. It's the spoke step thing again. They just take vocals or instrument sounds and just edit them. It just adds so many effects on them that they don't sound like what they originally were anymore.
Basically, they inverted the point of synthesizer. Most people use synthesizer to recreate instruments when they either can't or don't want to, or want to do it in a way so that it makes a sound that the instrument can't. But AJR makes instruments sound like synthesizer by just fucking with it so much in post-production. Yeah. So,
That's
like,
what spokes.
you'll hear this, like, sound. Like, what song is it that's got the trumpet that's definitely not trumpet?
3:30.
Yeah. Okay. There's a song called 3:30 on their last album, and there's a sound in it that sort of is trumpet-esque, but you're like, that's synthesizer that's just kind of mimicking, like, the way that, like, a trumpet, like, makes sound, or, like it's mimicking, like, a trumpet's purpose in most songs, and, like, that kind of beat. But then they talked about how they made the song, and they used a real trumpet. They just
have
messed
video evidence of them playing the trumpet, like recording them playing a trumpet, and then fucking with it so much in post-production
that it doesn't sound like a trumpet anymore. Anyway, they're very talented. Karma it's a sad song. It's about basically trying to your best to make yourself happy, but you still feel sad inside. And it's framed within, like, a therapist's appointment.
Yeah.
Like, he basically, like, makes it sound like he's talking to his therapist throughout the song, which is cool. But also, how dare you?
But it's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like the pacing and, like, the stuff, like, really helps the song, like, helps the mood. It has a very strong mood. Because it sounds like, some parts of it sound, like, very... Did you get another text from a
Left
scam?
me a voicemail. Stop leaving me voicemails. I don't want to go to your chiropractor's office. I have my own chiropractor I can go to. And he's, like, not a scammer.
Anyway.
Okay, where did we leave off?
I was
think it was
talking
Connor.
about... Yes.
Yeah.
I was talking about, like, the mood and how, like, the pacing of the song really helps, because parts of it sound like... they're, like, very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, makes it sound very, like, frantic.
Uh-huh.
Which I think is pretty fitting
Uh-huh.
for the song. Especially, like, the ending, which, like, gets me every time.
Yeah.
It, like, hits me right in the heart.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, it's just, it makes me feel so many, it just makes me sad.
Many emotions, mostly
it's like,
sad.
It's like swelling, it's not like building, because it's not like building up to anything, it's just like getting louder.
Mm-hmm. It's very effective.
Like faster and
highly effective technique.
It's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Which I think is like the point.
Okay.
Also, them putting the melody to 100 Bad Days in the bridge. Poetic cinema.
Poetic cinema. It's about... They're both about your bad days. They're just very opposite takes on them.
Yeah.
It's almost like they put that there to just be like, hey, man. They're just to tell themselves, lighten up, bitch. You know how it be sometimes. Anyway, the next song is called Beats. And ironically, I really like the beat of it.
It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the title to be a reference to a headphone company. A really shitty one, by the way. Beats suck.
Beats do suck.
Have you ever, like, tried them on in, like, a store where they're, like, where, you know, they let you test headphones? They are quiet as shit.
You have to blast them so loud, you might as well be, like, playing your music out loud.
Because, like, everyone's gonna be able to hear them, because, you know, they don't fucking, like, block sound. Clearly not.
They were very expensive for how, like, shit they are.
They'd be
My $20 Sony headphones are better than Beats.
my broken down, like, probably $5 earbuds that are currently missing parts of them. They miss, like, the rubber part. Because it fell off.
Oh, better
They're
than Beats.
still better than Beats. Half of them don't even work anymore. I'd still rather.
Anyway, it's a weird
That
concept.
tangent's over.
It's a very weird concept for the song. I feel like it's kind of like this album's I'm Not Famous, but like inverted.
Yeah.
Because I'm Not
kind of
Famous
is.
was all about not being famous, and this song is being like, I kind of am famous now. What if someone wants me to do a brand deal? And it's kind of talking about, like, artist integrity versus, like, brand deals, and, like, should they keep doing their own things or, like, capitalize off of their success just in case it doesn't last? And, like, how is it possible to balance being, you know, having integrity and then also, like, making money?
Yeah, because they do one thing about them is that they're an indie band, so they kind of have to pay for all their own shit.
Yeah.
So, like, they probably just make less money than, like... Though bands who sign to a record label don't get all the money from the things they do.
Yeah. So it's kind of like they're talking about, like, kind of like, you know, like, the very end of the song he talks about how, like, he used to make fun of artists who were getting paid for that. Now he's not sure if he's going to be the same way. Because when you pay for everything yourself and you don't get money from a studio, it can be very enticing for a brand to be like, we can give you enough money to produce, like, one of your songs.
Yeah.
You know?
Though I doubt that their songs actually cost $20,000.
Yeah. The main line is, would Beats by Dre play $20K for us to say that they are great? Recording costs for this whole song could all be paid by Beats by Dre.
I doubt that would only cover the recording costs of this one song.
Yeah.
Because Panic! At the Disco made their first album for like
$10,000.
$10,000, and I'm pretty sure AJR has made their first album with like $12. So,
With however much Pro Tools costs.
it's like costs like $100.
No.
That's probably how much they paid. So like,
it's kind of got that overarching theme of feeling like they've made it, but like not really.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of The Click a little bit, like more than a lot of the other songs on the album do. I don't know why.
I enjoy it. It's good. It's a good song. It's catchy. Fun to sing to.
They also have so many songs that like talk about making music. Which, like, a lot of people don't really, like, do.
Yeah.
Usually you don't reference music, like, your own music in your music. Like, some people do it occasionally, but they do it quite a lot.
That's
like,
one of
come
the reasons
hang
why,
out,
yeah,
beats.
that's one of the reasons why I feel like they're very, like, big idea. Like,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I feel like they're very down-to-earth people, is because they don't shy away from just, like, talking about their creative process, like, in their music. They're very much like, we're just here trying our best, yeehaw.
Or just, like, outside the music. Like, they made a whole, like, video. Like, they made, like, 2 videos showing, like, different stuff about how they produced certain parts of different songs and things. That's how we know about the trumpet in 330 that doesn't sound like a trumpet.
Exactly. I really like the layering of the voices and the beat, like I said before, and I really like how in that part where they were like recording costs for this whole song, like about halfway through the song they start making song like louder.
Yeah.
I really like that. Or not louder, but like longer.
Yeah.
They go
They,
like from this
change.
whole song to this whole song.
Yeah. They like did that with the whole like chorus and stretch it a bit more. That's nice.
I like it.
I like when people like change up like the chorus or whatever when they repeat it. It's good.
It's good. It's good shit.
It is. It is good.
So now, up is Wow I'm Not Crazy, which
How
one
I
of my
feel.
other favorite songs on
How
this
I
album.
feel listening to AJR.
It's so cute.
Wow.
I'm a love. It could be a love song, or it could be a platonic song, and that slaps.
And when you talk, it's
like,
wow, I'm not crazy.
I love it. It's so good.
It's so
good, so catchy. Feels like how I feel when I'm after I hung out with my friends, and I just feel really happy afterwards, and I'm like, wow, these people truly are the greatest. It's a very good feeling.
This song also almost made me cry.
I know, it made me so soft.
It's like, I've just noticed a pattern where if you put a bunch of, like, sadder, or, like just more, like, melancholy songs in a row, and then you just chuck, like, one happy one in there, that, like, a happy one will, like, break me.
Yeah.
Happened with, like, Trench 2 with, like, the hype. They're like, here's a bunch of sad stuff, take the hype.
And you were like, eh?
Yeah,
yes. I kind of like, yeah, they got, like, the yup thing, that was in the entertainment too. The pre-chorus kind of has an undertone of, like, rage a little bit, because it's like the different, so different, they tell us to be different. It's like I can like hear the air quotes.
Could go too far.
Yeah, it's like I can
really
hear
like
the
that
air
line.
quotes. I like it too. It's very much just like, cause you know, all like from when you're a child, they beat it into your brain where they're like, just be yourself, don't be afraid to be different than the others and shine and make your difference on the world. But then if you like do anything out of the ordinary, everyone's like, no, not like that.
Once you get to be like a teenager and adult, everyone's like, no, stop it.
Man, it's like they tell you from birth to like, you know, break the mold, go against the grain, and then as soon as you do that, they're like, no, you're undermining our power, stop it.
So they're just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I could be too, you told me to be different all the time, I didn't realize I could be too different.
It's kind of, I wrote here, it's sort of a we live in a society kind of song, but in like a good way.
We do live in a society.
It's like, you know, it's like basically like, it feels good to find someone who you click with so well. Yeah. You know? And I really like the line, like, the lyrics in the song are really interesting. Because it's not like, it's not kind of like break my face where like, you like get it, but you're also like, what the fuck does that mean? But they're just, like, unusual, like, where he keeps talking about how, like, I'm not sick, I took all my vitamins. Like, that's, so, it's like, that's
it's a very dorky sounding song.
Yeah, or, like, don't kill me, because I'm just the messenger.
That one is funny to me, because it, like, because they don't say it like that, they say, don't kill me, because I'm just, like, the first part is, like, really long, and then they can move on to the rest of the line. So when I was first listening to the song, I was like, well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, because it starts out, they do this in a lot of their songs, they start out with, like, a bit of the chorus. They also did it in the entertainment series, and they've done it with a lot of their songs, where they
just like to go straight into
yeah,
it.
so they, like, had part of the thing where they were like, well, the first line in the song is, frankly, I'm scared of clowns. And then they go,
I thought they
together.
said clouds. Which...
frankly, I'm scared of clouds.
Which is weird, because, you know, they're fucking clouds, and also because they have clouds on, like, all their album covers.
Yeah. But no, they were like, frankly, I'm scared of clowns, and get-togethers get me down, but when you talk, it's like, wow, I'm not crazy. And then, like, the beat comes in, and then they just go, don't kill me! And it's just like, alright, calm down!
But then they finish it, and you're like, oh, okay.
Valid.
It's an expression.
I just really like this.
It's like a play on "Don't shoot the messenger." Okay.
Yeah. I enjoy it immensely. I like it a lot.
I like how it's acoustic.
Yeah.
Acoustic songs are always nice.
Yeah.
Especially with AJO, because they don't just drop the techno parts. for an acoustic song, we're gonna have ukulele, acoustic guitar, and a weird shit. What are you going to do about it?
When they do acoustic sets, they have, like, a soundboard with...
They have a synth pad, because they literally can't play any of their songs without one.
It's great. I'm love.
I'm love the them.
Next up is Dear Winter, which is the other song, the final song that they released before dropping the album. And fucking, I'm dead on the floor.
It's
so soft.
So cute.
I'm soft. Just let Ryan be a dad, you fucking monsters. Ryan wrote it, right?
I think so.
That's what you told me earlier.
I didn't, like, fact check that. It just made a little more sense, because I'm pretty sure, like, tracks data.
Well, don't quote us on that.
I can look it up right now.
I think Adam's married. So it'd be weird if it was about if he wrote it.
That would be weird.
Unless it was like, you know, like past tense, like something that he was like a song that they sung.
In the past, yeah.
Yeah, like talking about how he felt in the past.
They might all be credited as fucking writers.
Probably.
It was written by Ryan.
Cool beans. So Ryan wrote this song and it got me soft as hell. Winter is a badass name. Fuck anyone that says otherwise. It's basically about how he wants to be a dad, and he wants to name his first kid Winter. And so the song is him basically, like, writing this song to his child that doesn't exist yet, and talking about how much he wants, like... He sounds like he's gonna be a really good dad. He sounds like, you know, it's just very soft and wholesome, and, you know, like, I hope you like the song, I hope you like your name, I hope people don't make fun of you for your name, I hope you get to go out and have fun, I hope you talk to girls, or boys, or anyone you like. Wholesome as hell. And then, but then it's pretty much just like, I can't wait to meet you, but I gotta meet your mom first. And it's like,
also vocals.
The vocals are good. He sounds so weird. The way he says winter in that song gets me.
Yeah. It's nice. I like it.
He has this like weird affliction to his voice when he says it, and I dig it hardcore.
I like
and despite the
song.
fact that Ryan wrote it, he did not sing it, even though he
totally
could have.
Even though he can sing. They
and
all
has
can
sung
sing.
Songs on this album. It was not this one.
for some reason, that was a decision they made.
Go away! Alright, I'm blocking this person. Hold on. I despise you. Have you called me before? You have.
We tried this.
You have called me 2 other times today.
And this podcast is called Trying to Talk About Neotheater, where we keep getting interrupted by scam callers.
Anyway, the inclusivity, the positivity, the softness. If Ryan's future wife, or whomstever, I don't know, he doesn't have to marry her, I guess.
He literally says in the song, I've gotta find a girl that...
Well, no, I just meant that, you know, like, I don't know, a lot of people have kids and don't get married.
That's true.
You know?
Some people are just like...
His future significant other.
Forever.
Permanent significant other. If she doesn't like the name Winter, then she fucking better after listening to this song. Anyone who maybe is like, I don't know how much I like the name Winter, and then hears this song, anyone who's not immediately like, we can name our kid Winter is heartless and doesn't deserve Ryan.
It's a good name. Who wouldn't want to name the kid Winter?
Yeah, it's a cool name. It's like the name Bandit, you know? It's like,
it's a cool
who's
name.
gonna make fun of someone named that? It's just objectively cool. Who texted me? It better not be a scam. Oh no, it's just my friend. Okay, you're allowed.
You're allowed to contact me.
kind of, like you pointed out, kind of awkward if he has more than one child. And we're like, hey, Dad, why don't you write a song about me?
Yeah.
He just names them all Winter.
It could be about all of them.
He names the first one Winter, and then anyone after that's middle name is Winter. And then they were all like, Dad, why? Father. Father, please.
I'm gonna have to write more songs.
You know, if they sound like this one, please do.
It's a really soft song.
I enjoy it
love it a
immensely.
lot.
It's soft acoustic. I dig it.
Acoustic songs are always good for vocals. I don't know why.
It's because you don't get as distracted, you know, by the other shit happening. So, the last song on the album, fittingly, is called Finale.
Yeah, they just had to name it that, didn't they?
Slaps. It slaps.
Or, it's also
it
called
slaps.
Can't Wait to See What You Do Next.
And it slaps.
Dude, it made me emo.
Makes me feel so many things.
That's
This
not
better
what I
not
expect.
be your last album, you fuckers.
You best come back.
You best come back. Nah. They really have brightened up this shitty.
They're brightened up this whole shitty world. Anyway.
They brought back the choir for this one, and I
Yeah,
like how
the
they kind of
same
made
choir
it,
from-
like, representative of, like, us. Like,
Yes.
the fans, the listeners.
It's not what I expected from the title. I was expecting it to be much more, like, upbeat and, like, happy from the title.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, when I first read it, it was like, can't wait to see what you do next. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, so it's like, they're like, you know, it's the end because it's finale, but it's, like, not the end, because they're gonna do, like, more things. That's why it's called but that's what I just assumed from reading the title. It was kind of like the opposite of that.
It's very good. They put Bit of Success from beats in there. And, you know, can't think of a transition from musical soundtrack to hard-ass beat with badass lyrics. Just, like, put some static
and then
in there.
you, like,
and fucking go
blend
for
them
it.
and then they, like, blend them together for the chorus.
Yeah, the start is like the start is just a quiet, and then there's just the
Kinda
static, and then it's like, come outside, come outside. You got low, but now you're high.
It's quite the shift. I love it. They do that sometimes.
It's got
great.
such a strong beat. It went from like
How
gotta
to
think of-
transition, throw some static in it. Anyway,
oh,
what
God,
you were saying?
I gotta think of two examples right now. It went from like fucking. Oh, hold on.
What?
I'm trying. I'm trying to think. You can keep talking. Just give me a second.
It was a really beautiful song. It made me feel many things. Closers always do. They always. Why is everyone gotta make closers like really emotional? I mean, I love it, and they should like never stop. But it's just.
It's like a more extreme version of "Fuck a Silver Lining," where it starts out with like dee 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 dee, and then it's just like doo 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 doo.
Silver lining. Yeah.
It's like it starts out very cinematic, theatrical, and then it's suddenly like fuck that, we're going hard now. And I dig it. It's good. Everything slaps. The chorus slaps.
Lyrically, it's great. It almost made me cry again. Fourth time in this album. That's good.
I wrote down from here, I put like, I can't think of a transition thing, I just said, just like put some static and go for it. There are no rules here. We put yodeling in one of our songs and somehow pulled it off.
They could just pull off anything. They also said, welcome to the Neotheater. Again,
Yes.
like, from the first one. That, like, stabbed me in the heart. Thanks for that.
E.
And then,
E.
I also want to give a shout out to the line, if it's my final album and if I am forgotten, I hope I made you smile. That's all I ever wanted.
How dare you? How dare you?
Which I seem like I sped through because I started to, like, get emo about it again.
Ah, it's so good. I also just like the chorus where they wanted heaven from me, I gave them hell. Like, yes, go hard, my son. I love
it.
that. One thing that, like, I don't know if I'm right or just being stupid, but the bridge of this song has the beat from, like, the bridge from Birthday Party in it.
It might, yes.
Yeah, like, they have that weird kind of, like, that
Yes,
thing, but then at the end it goes, like, and that sounds exactly like where it's just like, and I've got...
Thank you, because I knew that like, part of the bridge, like, really reminded me of one of those songs, and I was like, which one is it?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's their Birthday Parties just did a lot of these songs, which, I mean, I guess it kind of does encompass a lot of what the album's about.
True.
So, I mean, hell yeah.
There are no rules here.
There are no rules here. It's so good. And the way they end it with just, like, the last lines in the album. The last line in the album is, "Welcome to the Neotheater. We can't wait to see what you do next." And then they end it with, like, this, like, the voices get higher, and it's the choir, and there's this, like, it's all, like, they have this tinkling, like, good flourish.
Technically, the very last line of the album is technically just okay.
You're right!
Because at the very end, they have, like, that really, like, theatrical, like, sounds like the end of a musical thing, and then they add some weird, like...
distortion.
Yeah, it's, like, sounds like... It's, like, kind of, like, static, but not really. It's just, like...
It's like that sound that people put when they're trying to, like, emulate, like, a boombox or, like, a cassette tape ending or something.
Yeah, it was like
so
that,
it was like,
kind of...
And then, like, you just hear, like, Jack go, okay, and then this
like, really, like,
album ends!
With, like, a really, like, crackly kind of, like, electro kind of, like, filter over it. Like,
yeah.
Okay, and then... So technically that's
I love when people do that. I eat that shit up every time. Introduction to Fever You Can't Sweat Out and Intermission. Fucking superb. 1981 extended play did that, like, all the time, and it's like, I just love that when they, like, kind of, like...
I don't know what you're talking about, because absolutely neither of those examples
like, where they put,
like,
a thing that makes it sound like... That, like, kind of is, like, a throwback to, like, a more vintage kind of, like, recording thing.
Yeah, I also
like, when there's, like, radio tuning or, like, some kind of, like, static-y effect or, like, something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I
eat that shit up.
I like that, too. I also like it when people, like, leave in them talking at, like, the end.
I love that, too.
So, which is kind of, like, what that sounded like. Because it doesn't sound like it was originally supposed to be there. It sounds like they maybe just, like, caught it and they were like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it sounds like they just... it sounds like they just got that, like, it sounds really candid.
Like,
and,
he, like, just finished the vocal take and was like, okay.
Yeah, like, in, what is it, One of the Drunks?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they have, like, the end of a take, and then you can hear, like, I guess one of the producers, like, telling people, like, what they did well, and they just left that in. And it sounds like it's like they didn't plan for that. It was just in the recording, and they were like, haha, let's put that in. That would sound cool.
It's just a little different with this, because it's, like, less blatantly that kind of thing, but it still sounds pretty, like, canon. Like, it's not like they originally played, like, they load that into the song. It just sounds like, you know, they finished the vocal take, and then he was like, okay, and then they were like, just throw an effect on that and leave it there.
And it's so good. This whole album is just brilliant. I'll be listening to it until I die.
Beautiful.
I guess you could say that we can't wait to see what they do next.
Fuck off.
Ooh, woo.